A week before my 31st birthday, I booked a solo cruise with Virgin Voyages. This was my first time cruising with them, and starting off, it was a little bit rocky. I'm pretty sure I was one of the last people to board because I could not get their app to work before getting on the boat. But I'll go into that in another video. After going to guest services and getting the app situated, I finally went to my room and I was super impressed. Upon opening the door for the first time, the lights cut off and the blinds open. Man, that was some bullshit, okay? I was impressed. I have a complete room tour in another video. I've linked that down in the comments if you want to check it out.
I have been waiting 3 years to be in this fucking hammock. 3 years. It is a rainy day in Miami, but best believe this is where I'm about to be.
Virgin knew I was by myself, so they left a letter in my stateroom to go to a solo happy hour, and I could not find it. So I just sat at the bar and drank the free champagne and ate the popcorn until it was time for the solo sailor dinner that I got invited to since I was by myself.
Hey, we're going to say razzle dazzle together. Are you ready?
Ready!
1, 2, 3.
Razzle dazzle!
I ordered Old Bay wings to eat at dinner, but then after dinner, I went to go get some pizza to take back to my room because I was still hungry.
I met some very great people who are also sailing solo. There's one guy, he's from Australia, and he gave everybody at the dinner either a koala or a kangaroo keychain. And we had some Tim Tams, which are so fucking good. And then we had lollies, which is actually gummy worms, but apparently in Australia they call them lollies. And we've had some inside jokes already. Like, this trip has been fun as fuck so far. A little sketchy at first, but it's been fun.
After playing with the mood lighting in the room, I made a video on that. I got dressed for the pajama party in the manor and had a great time. I will say that if you have a problem with people being next to you that's living their authentic lives, then I don't think that this cruise is for you. You need to be a person that has an open mind and can have fun without worrying about the person next to you. After partying it up in the manor with my fellow solo sailors, I went and got some french fries and then I turned in for the night. But that is it for day 1. Stay tuned for day 2.
I just opened my door and look, oh my god.
The funny thing about this is the day before, I walked past a room that had decorations on it and I said out loud, man, I wish I had done this. And then look, they did it for me.
I just got breakfast delivered to my room. Okay, this is so cute how it comes like this. Okay, brecky breck.
After eating breakfast, I got dressed for the day and went to a drag show in the manor. She is so good and funny. Love the show. After the show, I went to grab a bite at the dock house. The food was so delicious. Then I decided to go up to the top deck to hang out with some of the solo sailors and just walk around to see what was all out there. This swing was so cool. I got hungry, so I went to go get some sushi to kill time before going to this secret show in a crew lounge in the middle of the ship. And it was no phones allowed. It was such a great experience. After that, the gang went to the Red Room to see a show. And oh my gosh, this acrobatic show was amazing. Virgin really employs some talented people. My last event on this sea day was this dinner show. I got to sit right beside the stage and this man threw his shirt at me when he took it off. When I say the entertainment on this ship is A1, you will not be disappointed by the entertainment on this ship. But that is it for day 2 of my 31st birthday trip. After the show, I just went back to my room to go to sleep. Stay tuned for day 3. It's day 3 of my 31st birthday cruise, and I woke up to us docking in Puerto Plata. It has been so relaxing eating breakfast naked on my balcony every morning. And yes, I know about the cameras, and no, I do not care. The cruise port is a tourist trap as usual, so I like to do excursions outside of that. The first night of a cruise, I booked an ATV excursion. I thought I was going to be doing it by myself, but I ended up having another solo sailor join me. It took about an hour to make it up to the top of the mountain where we were going to be riding ATVs. and there was hardly any service in the country. I also didn't realize that wind turbines were so large. When we finally reached our destination, we had to do a safety briefing, and then we got to head on out. The tour included a stop at a local Dominican woman's home to get some espresso, but to also see how coffee is made in the Dominican countryside. This tour was so much fun. I highly recommend it. I did not bring my GoPro, but it was very beautiful. If you do decide to do this tour, make sure that you bring an extra pair of clothes and even a bathing suit. There were a lot of puddles that we splashed through that were filled with cow and donkey poop. Not fun. After we finished riding, I got some Mama Wanna, if you know, you know, and then I grabbed a bite to eat. Food was not included in the tour. This location also has zip lining across the water, but I feel like the ATVs is a better bang for your buck. Once we got back to port, I did a little shopping, and then I went to my room to chill out before it was time for me to get dressed and go to dinner with the other solo sailors. It's the infamous Scarlet Night on board, so we all made a plan to go to dinner at the wake early so that we could partake in everything that Scarlet Night had to offer.
They got the red lights going tonight. Red light special.
If you haven't been on a Virgin Voyages cruise yet, I'm not going to spoil Scarlet Night for you, but just know to be early is to be on time. And to be on time, you are late. You don't want to miss anything that's going on during Scarlet Night. There's so many events happening at the same time all over the ship. It was hard to keep up, but it was so much fun. And don't be afraid to jump in the pool with all your clothes on. As much as I heard about Scarlet Night before getting on board, I never would have thought that I would see another guest in a squid costume. After I was all partied out, I went up to the burger bar and got myself an Impossible Burger and some French fries. And that's it for day 3. Stay tuned for day 4. It's day 4 of my 31st birthday trip, and yes, I'm still eating breakfast on the balcony. After breakfast, I got dressed and went to go get shots with a couple of my solo sailor friends before going to go play bingo in the red room. After bingo, I went to a tequila and mezcal tasting. Now, if you know me, you know I love me some tequila, but I was not a fan of the fact that they gave us freaking cockroaches to eat with the dang on tequila and crushed up worms. Since the tasting was in pink agave, I decided to go ahead and eat dinner in pink agave as well. After dinner, I decided to do a scavenger hunt around the cruise ship, and all I won was a Virgin Voyages pin, but it's cool, because after that, I learned how to play poker, and that was it for my night. Stay tuned for days 5 and 6. It's day 5 of my solo birthday cruise, and I am still obsessed with the tablet that is in the room. And yes, I'm still eating breakfast on the balcony, but I did not record my food that day since it's the same thing that I've been eating every day. It's the last full day of the cruise, and we're docked in Bimini, Bahamas. I'm pretty sure it was around 1 o'clock when I finally got off the boat, so I was a little bit confused about where to go and what to do, but I ended up running into a local, and he took me on a free golf cart tour around the island. After the tour, I finally went to Virgin's private beach club to play beach games with the rest of my solo sailor friends. We had so much fun building sandcastles and playing all of the other beach games. Definitely let me know in the comments if you want to hear her explanation as to why they decided to make genitalia as their sandcastle. And just so you know, my team won second place. It was pretty empty in the beach club after we finished with the beach games, so me and my 2 other fellow solar sailor friends went back to the ship to get dressed for dinner. We ate dinner at Extra Virgin, and oh my god, it was my favorite meal on the entire cruise. I love affogato. After dinner, I went to the red room for a dance show party thing, and baby, by the end of the cruise, he was my favorite dancer, okay? Then we went over to the Manor since it was disco night. They had some performances before the party kicked off. Honestly, I did not feel like partying, so I went back to my room to change clothes so I can just roam around the ship for the rest of the night.
This cruise is not for the weak. Somebody fell on the steps and broke their wrist. That's a part of our solo cruise.
So, I learned how to play poker. I think I told you guys that. But I was whooping ass on the table, right? The men folks was mad at me. They was mad. Closed out the poker table. Go back out to the main casino, see some of the people that I was hanging out with. This lady who is out there upset and drunk as fuck on the slot machine because she came on this cruise with her boyfriend and he broke up with her at dinner. When I tell you I would be pissed as shit if I came on a cruise with my nigga and we at the end of the cruise and we supposed to be going home and I gotta spend one more night with you and you break up with me at dinner and we gotta go back and sleep in the same room. Whew. Them young white kids was telling her to throw that man overboard.
Now that is a wrap on my 31st solo birthday cruise, and I can't wait to go on my next one.